No, it's fine. Thank you. Thank you. I love this weather. Yazi namhlanje.
It's perfect, man.
Yeah, it's perfect for anything. I think this is why I prefer winter over summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, functioning of it, make bad.
I always get the chat, but I don't think I have like a provincial season over the others. Whatever, man.
I think the reason why I also like winter over summer as much is because the fits.
Yeah.
Winter fits go in hard.
They go in.
Winter fits are hard. The fact that you warm and look good at the same time, that is not an easy feat to pull off. Yeah. We've got them in episodes this year, no? Like,
we haven't really hung out. I feel like this one is coming on too strong.
Anyone?
The incense.
Incest?
Not the incest. Nope. It's not everything, yeah.
What's up, people? What's up?
It's about to be the time again.
Yes, it is.
Two peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod.
And the P is for perspective.
Yes.
In case you didn't know. Now you know, nigga.
Sifiso.
Kuhle.
Source tutorial.
Simo.
The situation.
Don't know you introducing me. Introducing yourself.
I don't know, man.
Change.
Yeah.
Change is always good, man.
You know, another perspective.
Yes. Different view.
I mean, that's what we're all about.
Different angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out.
To a different angle. You know what I love? Talking about angles. Watching The Office.
Oh,
you know how Jim, every single, but you're not really into The Office.
I'm in season 2 now.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm on season 2 now.
But I like how Jim always, every time Michael says something dumb, he's always going to be like, and Pam later on in the episodes joins in on that, you know, it's like, okay, did that nigga really...
Did you really just say that?
Did you really just say that? But I feel like that's how you guys are when I say some wild ass shit.
We just like pat to the second camera and be like,
what? Did you really just say that?
And you've had some wild statements this year, hey?
Bro, not even this year.
I got to know this year takes the cake.
This year, like it's been really hectic.
Oh my god! But I think at some points we should do like a top 10 of the stuff Sifiso has said throughout 2021.
Not even on the show, but like when we're out.
Exactly. Anyway, what is the topic today? Topic today is basically
we are just rounding up the year.
Yeah, rounding up the year.
We are really just
our experience of 2021.
21, man, as a whole. How it's been. It's been a shit show, though. Yeah, clearly. For lack of a better word or expression,
it's been a shit show.
2021 has been wild.
Absolute shit show.
It's been...
You know what it's been like for me?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with regular show?
Yeah, of course.
Starts off smooth as fuck. And then out of nowhere, some wild shit just happened.
No, those people are wild. They have some
wild shit happen.
Type of meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, meets Morty and Rigby.
And it's not any
show? Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
Wild shit.
It's just like some trippy ass wild shit.
Like the writers, I swear, on LSD, shrooms, either or a combination of both.
Yeah, I think in a way like 2021 has been like that for me in a way, and I've been Mordecai, Mordecai.
So you are choosing a character right now.
I've been Mordecai throughout the year.
Sad that there's no Rigby because I don't believe I'm a Rigby type of character.
Well, in this situation.
What? No. You're more brown, so you fit more the Rigby character right now.
Come on.
And the blue of my jeans is gonna go for more.
I'm also wearing like a blue, a turquoise.
But either way, I'm not trying to be any one of those niggas, man. But yeah, it's been like a really wild and eventful year. I think for the most of it,
Did you think it was gonna be better than 2020?
Not at all.
Did you come in this year with like any expectations and hopes?
No. None whatsoever, man.
Seriously?
From the year we had, I feel like 2020 was a way better year. In terms of, maybe it was just because of the beginning of the climate of the virus and all of that. So maybe it was bad because we didn't understand what we were going through or how things were going to unfold. I think...
Plus the government was just...
they were just winging it. Everybody was just winging it. So the bleakness of it all came from the fact that we were locked down. We were, we didn't understand what was going on. It was bleak, sharp. But I feel like 21 just became... It was like, I'll show you guys what's actually what's about to unfold. So I feel like 2020 was more like a prelude. It was just like, I'm teasing you guys in. Something's about to go down. And then 2021, shit went the fuck down. It did. It definitely did. And yeah, man, I think part of that, I think when things go bad, we all have getaways, escapes, or call them coping mechanisms. What do you believe was probably your coping mechanism for 2021?
Hopefully my mom is not listening.
Right?
But, getting high.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, getting high. I think for me, getting high was just a saving grace for me. Not necessarily saying like it was something that I did on a daily basis. It was a wake and bake type situation.
That's what you did.
Seriously, wake and bake.
You guys were
wake and bake.
My brother. My brother, please don't lie to the people.
Are you serious?
My brother. You had the tools and everything. You guys have the apparatus, my drugs. Like you guys.
Wow. Wow. Not even. Not even.
You have the tools, bro.
Not even.
You have the tools to make it convenient. That's how.
Yeah, I did have the tools. I do have the tools to make it convenient. Into something.
Now you're crashing. I know, this is how you crash. No niggas have apparatus, tizen.
No, why? It's 2021. Why are we crushing with our hands?
Exactly that. You prove my point.
Why are we crushing with our hands?
Deep into the whole. But nothing wrong with it. Nobody's judging
this guy.
Own it. It's yours to own.
No, but just because I had the tools and stuff doesn't necessarily mean I did it all the time.
If you say so much, nobody's
judging. You know what I mean? I think at max I'd do it 4 or 5 times a week.
Still good numbers. Still pro numbers. You're pushing some
pro numbers.
Some real pro numbers. But nobody's judging. I mean,
but yeah, man, it's been.
We're all allowed our escapes and things that get us away for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Especially after July, because I had July for me was the shittiest month.
Sure.
And it's first of all, the first week there was a break-in into my place. My equipment was stolen, 60 to 70K
worth
of equipment.
Part of why we had such a hiatus in terms of shooting for the episodes.
Yeah, I was just personally, I was just going through that period, and I was just I don't want to. For moments, I kind of just didn't want to do this anymore because it was just what's the point?
By this, what do you mean?
Just this. I guess, yeah. I had was equipmentless. I'm not sure that's a word or whatever, but I didn't have any equipment. I had no camera. I had no recording equipment. We just had absolutely nothing. Saving grace was they didn't take my computer.
Yeah, they would have.
Because they
would have killed you.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, my computer was expensive. But also a week later after the burglary, I crashed my car. And I think, funny enough, that day, because I remember when I crashed my car, I flipped over and it's side now. Silo came through, and Duke came through to the crash scene.
Leaving me out as if I didn't come through.
No, I'm just come on.
Call me the
and I had a few calls with a few of my friends and stuff, and I was okay.
Including me.
Yeah, including you.
So now I'm being left out. Now I'm being friends, not inclusive of me as of now. I was
and mind you, I guess the week before I also had the break-in inside the house. So there's everything.
It was going south.
And then I remember while we were driving around, first of all, to drop off the car by the mechanic because the Kundu was now driving me around and stuff, and then he had to drive me back home. I remember like when he got me like home and I said bye to him, bro, I broke down. Like literally broke down. I have no idea why. It just
sparked
like all of it. All of it. It was just and because I remember also my friend of mine, Godfrey, called me because I had called him earlier and he was just checking up on me and stuff. Like I even like cried in that call, and like later on, like 5 minutes later after I had gathered myself, I called him back and I was like, bro, I'm so sorry for emoting so much in that moment.
As well,
I'm so sorry.
Going through it, man. Are you a crier?
Yes, I am. And the funny thing, like with all of that like happening, is I didn't cry up until that point.
The moment, yeah.
Because I remember like with the break-in, I went upstairs to Osile and stuff, and they came down to suss out Nine Yonki, and then Silo's dad also came through. And I was just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know,
I'm tough.
Like, you know, like I think for a week or two, and I was just like,
it's whatever.
It happened. It's whatever. But I think after the car, it was.
But you understand, probably you were carrying so much. You were carrying so much from the beginning of the year, because a lot of things have also been happening through the year, and then all of that. Maybe it was just your tipping point, man. It wasn't anything bad to do, you know.
Yeah, but like.
But there's a beauty in crying.
Because it just
it cleanses. You know how water cleanses. I think even with the idea of tears being fluid, you know, they cleanse. They're there to cleanse essentially. So it does get you in a better space.
Yeah.
Very cathartic.
Very, 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 very
cathartic.
And I think like afterwards, I was. I think for a full month or two, I was just depressed.
Oh, you weren't crying every day. I thought you were about to say you're crying.
There are moments, you know, like when you're laying in bed all alone, like staring up to the ceiling. What is with you and crying?
I thought you said you were a crier.
I am a crier.
So were you crying for the month? I'm just checking. I'm just trying to be a supportive friend.
Jeez.
I'm just trying to be a supportive friend.
You know, but like, a lot of shit hits you,
Yeah, of course. That's
a lot of shit hits you,
when the lights are off and you're there alone.
It's fucking 3 a.m. Poof.
I believe a lot of writers also maybe write best around those times when thoughts just creep in and they tackle you.
They do.
It's so vigorous how it happens, man.
Because it just hits you out of nowhere.
Warning. It's very vigorous. It's just like we're here. We demand you to think of us and have us. We're here now. You know? They're not giving you any time to breathe. It's like, I'm here. Think about me. And but 2021 has been wild. My coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one that I'm not going to mention. I don't know why you're laughing.
I know what it is.
Whatever. For a lot of factors, I choose not to mention that. But I think drinking, man. I think I've been going hard.
Yeah. Shit.
I've been going in hard.
More than normal.
Way more than normal.
It's crazy. I haven't seen you shit faced though.
Because I tried to. Last week we were speaking etiquette of
groove. Yeah.
But you did. Remember when we went to Newcastle?
Oh, yeah.
Newcastle was also such a very.
It was.
It was. I think I was going through the most around the time.
Plus, remember how the night ended.
Around the time, I think I was just here, and I think when was that? Around April. April or so.
I think it was June.
On June.
I think it was June.
August.
June, May, love and June.
Yeah. But I think for me, around that time, it was just the worst, including losing my work. I was out of a job. But for me, I love how I bounce back from that. You know, when you as a person decide to go see shit is going south, how can I overcome this? I think that was the birth of Yikes.
Yeah, that was the birth of Yikes.
That was the birth of Yikes, because I was like, okay, what am I doing now? I'm not working. What can I do to have a source of income? And what am I good at? You know, outside of what I'm doing in terms of but what else can I do that can be quick enough to give me a quick buck? And
a lot of introspection,
you know. I like the kitchen. I always like my sauce. So let me try this out. Researched a bit, experimented, and it came out nice.
Yeah, it did.
You know, it's always dope to have a comeback story to things. But yeah, around that time, man, things were really going south.
Would you say there was a moments where you felt utterly hopeless to the points where you thought, like, fuck, you know?
For the most part, maybe not hopeless, but going back to my vice, the first one I said.
Oh yeah.
I think that was at the peak of it all. I think I was just using that as an outlet, kakulu, you know, making sure we'll see I'm not always alone, and
you did go out a lot back then.
I was going out a lot. When you out a lot, meet people, like so that was happening for me. That was my outlet, kakulu, you know. And later on, I just realized towards as much as I'm doing that, but I just need to come back to myself, center me to me again, you know, find me. And there's just a period of time where I was like, cut to that, you know, let me just focus on myself. And that helped. I feel like that was a really...
Damn it.
My boy.
Damn it.
No more drinking for you. So I feel like that helped to just have a cutoff of things. I think even for that month, I didn't go out.
Oh, yeah?
Not at all. If you remember, there was a time I was like, cut everything out in terms of going out. I was more indoors, inbound. And it helped, man.
It does help.
Luckily enough, after that, something happened. I'm not going to talk about it as well, but it was a good point, a turning point in my life. And yeah.
How would you say, like, relationship wise, like especially like with the opposite gender, with the opposite sex, your year has been like 2021. Has it been as shitty as 2021 overall? Norma. Things are looking up in that regard.
It would just depend as to how you're using the word relationship as well.
I don't know. Like personally for me, like I'm a relationship type person. You know, like I found myself in a relationship, in a very, very nice relationship. Went south, unfortunately. To sequel up. But like during, I remember like during, like whilst I was within it, man, it was everything that I ever wanted.
What do you mean exactly by relationship?
What do you mean? Like, oh my God, no, being in a relationship with another person.
Oh yeah, I'm framing that question to myself. Exactly, what do you mean by relationship? Define relationship. Define what a relationship is.
I think for me, 2021 has been the year, like especially with the opposite sex, where I think I pinpointed like what I actually like.
Yeah.
What I actually would want.
Sure.
Like what I don't want, you know what I would want, the type of person I am within one, and the type of person I don't want to be within, you know,
so there's growth in that. There's lessons as well.
Would you say guys, no man,
just define relationship, man.
I don't know, man. What do you want me to say?
I'm kidding, man. I did not find myself in a relationship.
Yeah.
But obviously, in a romantic relationship, in the sense that I was committed. No.
Okay.
None of that happened. But man, I've met some lovely people in this year.
Yes.
I've met some.
Yes.
Yes. I've met some cool people. It was a good year. Hey man.
Oh, man. Hey. It's the way that you're answering the question for me. It's like, oh man, it was a good year. It
was a year of. You know what? I won't lie, man. I've been in the streets. My resident, my address for the Yeah, for most of the year, man, I think has been the streets.
The streets have been calling and you've been answering.
The streets called, man. 2021.
Honestly speaking, I think like 2021 as a whole has been just a year for the streets.
Yeah.
As much as I was part of I was in a relationship for like briefly for a part of it, but for the most part, and
to be honest, I mean, I think if we're in a space like this, we have people watching. Honesty is quite very integral policy.
The streets are not for me, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a streets type of person.
And also, I think 2 relationships back, I decided to go see the streets no more.
But yet, somehow, you found yourself in the streets this year.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. Saying yeah,
like 2 relationships back, I decided to not go in the streets, and that happened, and it happened. But obviously, man, I think more than it being the streets, it's more just meeting people, bro.
I think it's meeting people.
It's just about that, like meeting people.
I've met a lot of people this year.
I don't know
actually.
What that means.
Like no, I've met a lot of
like
people.
That?
Like no, like Jay.
Like that meeting.
No, like Jay.
There's
overall
a meeting, not the kind of meeting.
No.
You've been on your Cisco, my boy.
No, as in overall, yeah. I think I've met a lot of people this year. I've met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Also rekindled like a lot of relationships that I thought were gone, especially like with friends and stuff. Because met them sometime along this year, and like we had a chat with them. I'm a grievance we're like right there and then, and you know,
like smooth things out.
Yeah.
Life happened.
But just, you know, plus there's a lot of, I think especially with like a lot of my mates, there's been like everybody's life has gotten to the point where like career, starting on family now.
That's a good point, because remember, although this year was happening, I don't believe abantu in the sense of
no, not even.
We are all just going through the most.
Exactly.
I don't think there should be any bad
There's no malice.
There's no malice in that. I mean, we ought to focus on ourselves.
Exactly.
Because we're all just going through the shitstorm, man. It's been a shitstorm for everyone. Yeah. So that's true.
Trying to survive.
Excuse me. But I think the year has been cool for just meeting. I think, you know what? I think for the larger part of the year, a lot of people have been appreciating the thing of going out and meeting new people. I think that's been the theme as well. You know, because we've been locked down for so long.
Yes.
Now we're all going out more so than normal.
You know, wearing less and going out
more. Yeah. So as soon as the country was open, I think people were like, I'm gonna wear less and go out more. So I think that's how that happened as well. I think we can attribute that to that happening. But it's been very solid and.
Well, what would you make of this year? If like besides it being shitty, like what do you make of this year?
For me, there's been a lot of lessons though. As much as it's been wild in all senses, you know, or in the core sense of the word. But there've been a lot of lessons, man. I've come out with a lot of lessons. I think even to the point of from this year. Because of this year, I definitely and wholeheartedly know what it is that I seek.
Is that there's something stuck in my throat. Anyway.
I said what?
Did you say what?
I said what?
Okay, you said there's been like a lot of like lessons learned. Is that testament to like I'm not like the L's that you've taken this year?
Yeah. From the L's, man, I've taken quite a few lessons. I mean, in all spheres of all parts of the life of my life, man. I feel like I've become. It was a year of becoming. It was a year of becoming, and I feel like I've become, and I know what I'm working towards. You know what I mean? I think I know what's in gear.
You have a clearer picture of who you are.
Who I am.
Damn.
Not even because of the year, but saying issue in the sense that as much as I've known, maybe I didn't know how to articulate it and what to do and how to do it. But now I know. I think it's been put in. The period I'm in is more on articulate. I need to articulate this, and this is how I need to articulate this. I started with some other things, and it's just working towards those things now.
I understand what you're saying. Because sometimes you know, but you don't know.
You don't know.
Sometimes you know.
You might not have the clearer picture. So I feel like from the L's, in a way, it had. When you sift something. Sift something, you sift it out, and then and now you know from what is left. This is what I need to do with what is left.
I understand. So understandable.
For me, it's been that.
I think for me, 2021 has been a year where. Okay, I'll just say this in a nutshell. Like I think most of the time, I think very little of myself.
Sure. You've said this before?
Yeah, I think very little of myself in terms of like with starting this podcast, with how we went about starting this podcast, in terms of like editing, in terms of like like it's very detrimental of me. Ooh, did I say it right? I did? Oh my God, thank you.
I think so. I think you did.
But this year, as much as I haven't necessarily made that much of a stride, but there's been.
What do you mean, man?
I feel like.
I think you need to congratulate yourself.
Like.
My boy.
Because there's a point.
Let me just give you something where I say kudos to you. Look at the growth of. You know how you're taking pictures now, no? Mm-hmm. But if you were to just start from the beginning of when you started taking pictures and where you are now,
okay,
you definitely see the growth.
Yeah.
And that is commendable. That is something you should give yourself a pat on the back for. I think sometimes it's more like focusing on the smaller things than to just focus on the bigger things. And from accruing and slowly accruing those small things, small victories.
Accruing.
Excuse. It's more accounting.
Okay.
Funny enough, we're shooting on the day of reconciliation, right?
Oh yeah.
And this day is actually dedicated to all accountants because reconciling.
Okay, I did not know that. Just shut up. No. It's just like
it's not like
I did but I did not know that though.
The
like
day of reconciliation is not for accountants, but
yeah, I know.
You reconcile the books.
Jesus. Yes, I'm giving you kudos for what you say, but you're not allowing me to give you kudos for that.
What I'm going to say is that you just need to, the small victories that you always achieve, man, give yourself a nod, give yourself a pat on the back for them, and you'd see how that accumulates, and it gives you the good feeling that you deserve for it, So for me, that's how I do it. I'm going to congratulate her for the small things, so that when I look back and then I see the bigger picture, I'm like, oh damn. It's been coming, it's been getting to the
something that you've been working on.
That's something you need to also just look into.
Yeah, she incest.
Incest, boy.
But I hear what you're saying. I think for another thing is because this year has been like the first year where I've like fully moved out and nothing has happened where. Okay, no, some things have happened where I thought about moving back home, but I was just like, nah, that's not happening. I was like, especially like in July, I'm not gonna lie. Even my landlord was like, shit, this nigga's gonna go back home.
Clearly.
Yeah, this nigga's gonna go back home, clearly. But not look, I was just like, no, fuck it, that's not happening. I'm staying and I am not going back home. So there's been a lot of dealing with me, whether I like it or not, because also preparing a meal for yourself 3 times a day. Fuck, that shit is hard. It's easier than people. No, it's harder than people make it out to be.
I think I'm just used to it.
No, man. That thing is not like deciding. First of all, you need to decide what you're gonna eat. Number one. First, and now you have to make this decision at least 3 times a day, and it needs to be different because we are Katala for exactly. Exactly. Oh my God, it is.
Hey, for me, bro, I did that so early. That from as far back as high school, I had that was a thing for me. So for now, for me now, it's just like whatever. It's part of who I am. So it's not even like an issue at all.
It's crazy how, like, honestly speaking, I've never spent that much time at home. Like through high school, boarding school, especially the lesser,
that's
the lesser
years.
Now yeah, that's different. Varsity, res.
Okay, yeah. How did you guys feel with that?
It was me, Spear, Godfrey, and Tor. We'd split up the meal duties per week. Maybe one night Spear's cooking, one night Godfrey's cooking, one night Tor's cooking, or one night I'm cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, we just do that. We just do that, especially for lunch and dinner. That's what we do. Lunch most of the time we do, but dinner.
But Quenya was the one, man. On campus. Saving grace.
Nah. Fries ne sink
Coke. Hey, but that
Coke
combo,
fries sink.
You know how pop that combo is, because you know what it does. When a child that, for the first 30 minutes you're full, like, oh damn, I'm full. Oh, look at me, I'm so full. The hour goes.
Yeah.
Are you hungry again, my boy?
You're hungry again.
That thing is not good at all. That's just gaga food. Noise, man.
2021, man. 2021. One thing I realized about 2021 is I do not like working for somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, but you go to at a particular time for specific hours of the day, I need to be confined within a certain space. Like from like 9 to 5, I need to be in a specific space. It's just not for me.
I think with corporate as a whole, man,
not for me.
You working more on in the government, but in the working sector, this thing of wanting bums on seats just needs a huge review altogether, man. It doesn't make sense, right? Because all they want is to see you there. Be it you're productive or not. She is happy that from the time from your 9 o'clock to your 5 o'clock, from your 8 to your 4, right?
Yeah.
But if we were to really look at how productive are we throughout that entire time,
most of the
honestly,
time.
if we're just going to be honest, let's sit down and be honest and talk about this. I saw this when working from home. Man, no 9 hours or 8 hours, I saw pusher at work. Unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
For the large part of the day, I'm sure a good 3 hours you are productive. The rest, doubted.
No.
Highly doubted.
No.
You will find within what you're doing, you'll find a way to go do something else.
Something completely different.
Completely
different. Also, I feel like back in the day when they introduced like the 5-day working cycle. Like for the week, it was progressive for those times. I feel like we had a space now where we can like take a look at things and be like, okay, actually, like working 5 days a week isn't working for us anymore.
It doesn't allow.
It doesn't work for us anymore. So I feel like we should be looking at 4 days a week.
I think in the UAE they're adopting a
4.5 day. Oh yeah.
So Fridays are half day.
I think it's Spain. I'm not sure if it's Spain, but some country in Europe is trying to adopt a 4-day week.
Which would be perfect.
4-day week
because
cycle.
Even if we were to lower the hours, I don't know how that would fit into the remuneration part of it. But man, I think if we to just look at productivity, how productive. When are you productive? When are you most productive? How productive are you at the time? And when, because if you have to put in on my KPIs of to get this done by the day, and you've hit that, it's cool.
It's cool. You're done.
Go back home.
Go back fucking home.
Measure yourself as well, because micromanagement. And I was
going to lose from Monday to fucking Friday. Because I mean, and I broke this down mentally, and I was like, shit, actually, 4 days a week makes sense. Because look at this, Monday to Thursday you're working. Friday is for you to like run your errands, maybe like shopping, going to the bank, doing whatever it is that you couldn't necessarily do.
Okay, also, here's a twist. I'm thinking about this ngobusho manje because you're gonna go do your errands, right? Okay, ubani ke lo ozobesebenza on the Friday. Ubani umfuna wena esebenza on the Friday.
Pela, there's certain jobs where there's people that have to work. No.
Now there are jobs where people have to do it and others don't have to do it.
They rotate you rotate 4 days a week. 4 days a week with the rotation, with whoever it is that you're rotating
with. Where the 4 days lie.
Yeah.
So sometimes she's going to be weekend, we're not 70 weekend.
Like a friend of ours, pay
4 days off, 4 days on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense because there's some. I mean, there's some jobs where you can't afford for nobody to be there.
Yeah, like retail for one.
Yeah, retail for you can't afford for nobody to be there.
The bank as well.
Unfortunately, that's the case. You know, hospitals,
doctors, you know,
etc. But
speaking of, as I had this random thought, you know, the foyer in a company, maybe like I've just realized, people don't care about the foyer anymore, man. I thought about this with Dala. You know, as a kid, the thought that
do you think that's maybe because of COVID?
No. The recurring thought I had was Dala is my foyer in the foyer. It was so pretty. Because I like spaces, right? I'm about entering a space, and for me, whatever. So for me, it's. If I come into like a company space, this is the face of the company, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So this tells me so much about the company. I feel like companies don't care anymore about, like, okay, sidebar. This is such a sidebar. This has nothing to do with the chat. This is a random thought I had. You know, have you ever noticed that, or is it just me?
I guess.
Like companies don't care anymore. Like developments to companies, there's gonna be flowers there, a plant, a water tank. That is no longer there. Magazines, I beg you, to sit down and, you know, indulge in that. Like you get into...
It's such an image, no?
It was an image. If you're foyer, there's plants, the receptionist is looking nice. It's colorful. Bro, I swear to you.
Receptionists were hot.
Well, they looked so... But now it's beautiful to share your kick, not denim. Which I guess is cool. Maybe it's the times we live in, but... Yeah, man, I miss those times where the foyer was the foyer.
There's a lot of things that would have changed, man.
Yeah, man, we're changing times.
Plus, we're in the third decade of the new millennium now.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, if you even like look back to the early thousands, man, like, fuck.
Things are different.
Things are different. Things are different.
I feel like those times are wild as well.
Yeah.
But I guess we are moving to a different time, especially with the COVID. I think the COVID has ushered in the whole working from home thing, because I feel like a lot of companies online narrative, online working,
narrative,
to the point that in the architecture space, they are contemplating of designing houses that are suitable more for working. So the future of houses now incorporates a place where you can now work, because that's probably where the direction.
More so, there's this conspiracy theory that's like the reason why like COVID was created or exists was to push in the fourth industrial revolution a lot.
The fourth industrial revolution.
Because it promotes online activity,
working from home,
basically.
Hence,
shopping
some jobs
online,
become redundant.
Exactly.
Maybe that can be something we can actually chime in or have a full-on segment about, you know.
Because it is a government-created disease. Therefore...
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm just that's the conspiracy theory. That's the conspiracy theory there.
Yeah.
So, which in retrospect gives you something to think about, because it's like actually the timing of it all.
Let's have a chat about conspiracy theories.
Like, no problem.
I think we should have that chat about the best conspiracy theories. I hope you guys would enjoy that. But like, chat about conspiracy theories, I think that would go down. That would be fun.
But 2021 has been interesting. Like, as much as it's been shitty, I think it's been really interesting. I mean, we started a podcast.
Shout out to that.
We started a podcast. And there's a lot of other things that you started. Yikes. You know,
people really were very what's the term? They really went back and thought, what else can we do?
What more
can we do? Look at Nyati Wines as well.
Nyati Wines, definitely. Brown, I love the initiative Brown has been taking this year. The whole Bolts thing, the whole mixing and stuff like that. Like I feel like everybody in J. They were.
So it was like the going is going rough, and what else can we do to actually make the situation better? So shout out to 2021 for being a shit year, but also just giving birth to ideas, giving birth to people looking deep into themselves, introspect, and saying, we'll see actually.
And honestly speaking, if all you did this year was survive, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Survival mode,
yeah. Fuck, I've been in survival mode. Fuck.
For the longest time, bro.
You know, and that's okay. And that's okay. Sometimes, man, like just being is all that's. Today was a good day,
bro. Like
Ice Cube.
No, it's the Isley Brothers.
No, but I need to put it. Ice Cube sampled it for Today Was a Good Day. Anyway.
But you're saying?
Yeah, man. I feel like just because you didn't achieve anything in 2021 doesn't mean it's been more shitty and and the fact that you're here right now, breathing through this.
You're alive,
through these difficult times. The fact that maybe you still have a job.
Yeah.
The fact that you still have a job that you was like come on, shout out to you. You know?
Yeah, man. So a lot of people have had loss. There's been gains.
Exactly.
It's been like a
lot of people have lost loved ones.
It's been turbulent.
Yeah, very.
I think that's the best way to describe it. I think we need to find a. Let's do this for this after this segment. Just drop a couple of memes of how the year was.
Okay.
Like a series of like random memes of how the year was.
or let's just do a little recap of like the shit that, because a lot of shit happened this year. A lot of shit happened this year. A lot of shit. Because if you take a look back, if you take a look back, you'd think that some of the things didn't happen this year, but actually
they were this year.
FW de Klerk died. What?
Oh, about that.
What?
I feel like a lot of people are celebrating his death, right?
Yeah.
So my question was this. He's been alive throughout this time. If you guys wanted him dead, all it would have taken was, it was right there in front of us, and nobody actually thought to. So now you guys are celebrating?
I can't.
Damn, man.
I can't.
I mean, I was a volunteer and just some courts. I mean, and done. So, RIP to him, though.
Like a lot of shit, the Phoenix Massacre.
Yeah. The looting, man.
The looting.
The motherfucking looting. Yo, what a time.
Yo.
What a time.
Yo.
I was stuck here. The entire weekend, I was just like, I'm not. Yeah.
That entire week.
I was not going out. So.
A lot of stuff happened this year, man.
I saw a glimpse into apocalypse when that was happening. I was like, this is what the apocalypse is going to be.
And it just goes to show how uncivil people are.
It's not even about being uncivil, man.
No, I'm just saying
people
that
are hurtful. People are voiced because they were tired.
I understand that. I'm saying like the manner in which certain people were treated afterwards.
Yeah, of course. It showed us. So as much as we are not the spaces we occupy as the better black folk, it showed you you're just there as yeah, man, the spaces we're in, they don't allow us.
It was just
wasn't weird back to get out of in some spaces.
Imagine.
You know?
Imagine.
You can't buy your way into white supremacy.
Imagine.
You might buy land close to the whites, in the proximity of white people, but you will not buy yourself into the club. Not
even white people. The fact that we are talking about like a Phoenix Massacre, like what the hell?
What was that?
What the hell? What was that?
Because it goes back to them just saying, we are all one. And it's crazy. But yeah, I think this needs a part 2.
Yeah, but 2021, man.
2021 has been
what a year.
Turbulent year.
What a year. Also, ESCOM recently threatened us with 2 stage 8s. What the fuck is stage 8?
Apparently, if that's what I heard.
What the hell?
I heard
what the hell?
Apparently, don't quote me on this one.
Stage 8.
Don't quote me on that one.
I thought it ended at stage 4.
Bro.
I was like.
So stage 8 is like
damn.
Stage 4 times that shit by 2. That's what stage 8 is.
But yeah, man.
So how many hours in a day is stage 4?
Probably I don't know. Oh, 2 hours a day? Is it not 2 hours a day? If not 1?
2 hours a day.
Yeah. 2 hours a day?
Yeah. Stage 4. It happens twice.
Damn.
So should say cases Zohamba 4 times, 2 hours.
That's 8 hours. 8 hours.
Now you know. Hey man, but yeah, that's 2021.
2021 in a nutshell.
What I think this deserves a second part.
Yeah.
Or we've been saying second part even with the last week's episode. We promised a second part, but we should do it.
Also chime in the comments, man. Tell us what
just
your
let you guys know what's how the year has been for you guys. This is part of what has happened. It's not necessarily anything for us, and
there's a lot that happened, but
it's been quite the ride. It's been quite the journey.
2022. Any hopes and expectations?
I'm hopeful for myself. I'm hopeful that just me seeing how far will I go with the things that I'm planning on doing.
New Year's resolution?
I've never been one to do them because they're a waste of time. So we got but it's okay to each their own. But I'm just I can't wait for seeing myself try, attack and go for the things I wanna handle, you know.
I think for the most part for me, 2022 has to be a year where I gain more discipline.
Okay.
Yeah, which is because I realize I lack a lot of discipline, and that's something that I really need to work on.
Don't we all, man?
That's something that I really need to work on. But yeah, apart from that, like that's it right there for me.
Shout outs for the love as well. You guys have really been amazing as well with just joining the journey that we're on. We really appreciate that.
Really appreciate it.
Shout out to you if you've watched all four episodes.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. You're a real one.
Because this is the fourth one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though there were 2 parts to episode 2, that was just 1 episode.
So shout out to you guys.
Also, really, I just really want to say I appreciate the fact that you guys, view our stuff consistently. The ones that have been with us since the first episode, because I think I was talking to you the other day on how we had an expectancy of 50 views max per episode. I
feel like that doesn't even matter.
10 subscribers max.
Mind
but I'm just saying, in terms of the numbers that we expected and the numbers that we have got are just 2 completely different things.
Polarized.
And shout out to you guys for that, man. Really.
So
we
check us.
We still don't know what to call because you dismissed my whole doctor's thing.
Man, I didn't dismiss it. I was just saying, if you're happy about it, be about it. Guys, thank you so much. See you guys next time.
Dismiss it, I'm mad.
Peace, love, and happiness, man.
Peace out. Shout out. Oh, you're such an asshole. You're such an ass.